And we back. Shannon Sharp canceling Nightcap tour. Let's see what's going on, y'all.
Before we get to the game, guys, I want to make an announcement. Guys, we've decided to postpone the Nightcap tour. We look forward to seeing you guys in summer of 2026. It's going to be even bigger, even better. But Ocho and I have come to the conclusion that this is the best thing as of right now, was to postpone the tour. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you in 2026. Some of you guys that have already got the tickets, you probably received the emails and further instructions. But I want to thank you for your support. Ocho and I want to thank you, and everybody at Nightcap want to thank you.
Salty.
Postpone the tour until 2026. Now,
Ocho salty.
Man, I feel bad for Ocho, man. Just look at his face. He can't even pretend. His face is exuding exactly how he feels. Now, this is why they say a woman can take down an empire. Understand that, fellas. That's the power of a woman. And what's so sad about this situation? This chick is only 19, bro. That's so, and listen, I gotta keep it real. That's how you know Shannon Sharp is a sucker, bro. And it's why I tell you all dudes, bro, don't feed the birds. Treat a bird like a bird. Because once a bird peep that you a sucker, she's gonna eat you up. She's gonna be rubbing her hands like Birdman. Ooh, I got one. Now, based on his actions, it also affected Ocho's money. So based on your sucker actions, it also affected the people around you. That's why once a man is in a leadership position, he have to conduct himself like a leader all round. But you can't put yourself in a leadership position and still do sucker shit. It don't work that way. Life don't work that way, brother. I keep telling y'all, you can't level up in life and still entertain bottom feeders because they're gonna pull you down. This is sad, bro. And here's the thing, of course, they had to cancel the tour because they couldn't get any sponsors. It's simple math. Nobody wants to support someone like Shannon Sharp, especially when he offered a 19-year-old Caucasian woman $10 million. That is screaming, I did something wrong. And it's sad, man. It's just sad because, again, it's not about Shannon Sharp being a sucker. It's based on his position and the people that he's affecting. It never ends well, man, when you're a sucker. And I keep telling y'all, money only enhances who you are. So if you was a sucker back then and you came up on some money, you're just going to turn into a bigger sucker to the point that this man is offering this chick $10 million. How much of a sucker can you be? It is what it is, man. Fellas, learn from this. Learn from Shannon Sharp, bro. All right. And in case y'all missed the whole breakdown, this is the breakdown of what transpired. Check this out.
Like, I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what? What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a bitch to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna poke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependent.
That shit is crazy.
Well, what, Gabby?
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting. I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chose small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you did what you did to me.
Okay, well,
Well, what?
But the first thing I took from this when I heard it was, look, he was living in California and moved to Nevada. She moved from California to Nevada too. So if somebody's being abusive to you in one state, why would you move to the next state with the same nigga who's abusing you? I don't know. Me personally, I found the red flag with that personally. And then the next thing is this sex tape that's supposedly coming out. Shannon said, put the whole 30 minutes out or 10 minutes, whatever it is. I guess there's some part in there for 30 seconds because Unc brought that up. Shannon brought that up. He said, I believe he's going to release 30 seconds of it. Whatever that 30 seconds is must be nasty and violent and fucked up. If you don't want to put the whole 10 minutes and you reducing it to that 30, it must have been WWE in that joint. Elbow off the top of the bed, off the throw against the dresser. You white little bitch, come here, suck big black dick. Fuck you talking about? You want nigga dick? I get that part. I get it. Because I tell white bitches you want that nigga dick. But it's consensual. They agree. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I've been doing this in a different realm from him. I never made it as a professional athlete. I've been out here shaking and juggling these bitches since 20 years old. I know what you up to. I know when a bitch try to bait me in a text message to say some dumb shit. I ain't writing it back. You right. And I'm not writing nothing back. You can't get me to write a damn thing back when I see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Then you gotta know. See, that's the fucked up thing. It seemed like he trusted her from the conversation I heard. You gotta read the signs like, I don't want to get choked. That ain't something you usually say. Hold on. You don't usually talk to me like this. Why are you talking to me like this now? Yo, I'm gonna hit you back. Boom. And then you know when shit ain't right, you be like, when you answer the phone, they be like, hello, hello, hello. They setting up. Oh, I can hear you now. They done set the call up. You gotta read all these signs, bro. And you gotta think about this, right? This is why, and a lot of people call this nigga Uncle Tom, and he don't like black people, or this, that, and the third, et cetera, et cetera. This is why Stephen A. don't get into no shit like this. And I'm not saying none of us is above it, knock on wood, but he knows he works for Disney. When you work for Disney, a sex tape can't be coming out like this. You can't be admitting that, 30 seconds of this shit was kind of rough. I'm letting y'all know. Shit get a little wild. But didn't he like 30 seconds get what? Yo, this Mickey Mouse in there. What you mean 30 seconds get wild? I think that Disney's getting a little more lenient because of shit like Pat McAfee, cursing at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. Not just that, Shannon had a little sex tape that he admitted to, nothing visual, just vocal. So I think it's a little more lenient. And I hope that Disney does keep him. I'm rooting for him because I do believe this is a shakedown. But when you start getting the video evidence and vocal evidence, and
Now, it seems like it is a shakedown, but the problem is this chick had this well planned out to the T, to the point where she had Shannon Sharp mad comfortable. This man felt like he was living out his fantasies. But see, that's the problem with when a man is making money. His ego confuses him. He don't even know how to be rational or how to be logical. He's thinking, man, I'm getting all this money. I got the young snow bunny. He's going crazy. So she's kind of egging him on. Yeah, I'm into that wild stuff. Choke me. So he's going along with it. And whole time she's just trying to line him up, man. And he fell right into her trap because look, let's be real. This is looking dark. Check this out.
Shannon offered to settle these accusations.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine.
Race on down to Fort Wayne Kia for deals that are faster than a qualifying lap.
Yes, there was a settlement offer made by Mr. Sharp. I will only generally say to you that it was in the tens of millions of dollars demanded by the plaintiff in return for her silence. That's under any definition commonly understood. That is blackmail. And Mr. Sharp was willing to pay an amount in the tens of millions of dollars, but no final agreement could be reached. And we thought we were still in the middle of discussions when, without warning, the mediator, who's a retired judge, ourselves as lawyers, without any prior warning, still thinking that we were close to a final agreement, the plaintiff and her lawyer from Houston filed a case in Texas, publicly accusing my client of lies and willful, harmful lies by using the rape word when it was she knows, 100% knows, and the evidence will show that she knew that this was entirely consensual. So we were of the belief on our side that we had an agreement without any warning. Not even the mediator, who is a retired judge, was given a warning out of courtesy. This case was filed and the public charges went throughout the media before we even knew that the discussions were over and the case had been filed. Mr. Davis, last Friday, Front Office Sports reported Mr. Sharp was in line for a $100 million deal for his podcast. On Sunday, the lawsuit was filed. Is there a timing issue here? This is one of those two facts line up one after the other where everyone can draw their own reasonable inference. So I have a reasonable inference. It's my reasonable inference. Others might disagree that they're very related, that this plaintiff was looking for money. What she does on OnlyFans was for money in role-playing and virtual fantasy with men who pay her. At the end of the relationship, it's not known yet, but it is a fact that the plaintiff started to charge Mr. Sharp money. So the relationship became transactional. This is who she is by the facts. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just describing two facts, that she charged him money or asked for money. She's on OnlyFans and charges people money to do role playing. And that for that reason, I'm going to let the inference be decided by everybody that her knowledge that Mr. Sharp was about to receive a very lucrative contract based upon his talent and his abilities. And he's extremely capable on television and very knowledgeable, not only as a great former professional athlete, but I believe as a very credible and likable television presentation, that he has great value in his podcast and his positions on television. She knew that, took advantage of it, and I have described this in my opinion, it's my opinion only, that this is classic definition of blackmail, especially when you know the party you're blackmailing is about to be making a lot of money, in my opinion. That gives the greatest leverage to a blackmailer, and I believe there's a reasonable inference that one led to the other. Others might disagree. I'm sure Mr. Busby would make his own argument that this is not blackmail and that this is reasonable and that there's nothing to do with Mr. Sharp's sudden announcement by somebody else, not by him, about a lucrative contract, had nothing to do with the plaintiff suddenly deciding to break off negotiation after she was offered tens of millions of dollars and suddenly to file a lawsuit. And why she did that and why her lawyer did that is up to them to explain.
The next question is coming from Edward Lewis from TMZ. I just want to be clear, Mr. Sharp did make his accuser an offer in the tens of millions of dollars range, correct?
In the multiple of 10. That's all I'm willing to say at this point. But yes, the answer is yes, in multiples of 10 million, more than 10 million. I'd like to condition my last answer as I was not in the room for the mediation effort. It is possible it is only 10 million as the last offer. So I'll at least say at least 10 million, subject to my confirming whether there were any numbers exchanged higher than 10 million. So let me correct what I said, that it's at least a $10 million offer that had been made and that they walked away.
What's so sad about this? She is slow cooking this dude. Fellas, this is why as a man, once you decide to level up in life, you gotta get rid of your vices, bro. You gotta get rid of your distractions. In order to be fully disciplined, you gotta know how to deal with distractions. Whatever your vices are, that's gonna be your downfall. That's how it's gonna come at you. And listen, just because he offered to pay her 10 mil, that don't mean that he's guilty. He was trying to protect his brand. He was trying to protect his bag. But you gotta get rid of that monster in you, man. Once you decide to keep messing with a Jezebel, bro, that spirit, you gotta fix your inside. That means your inside still hasn't fixed. Even though you evolving in life and you getting money, but that spirit right there, bro, that's causing you to pay these Jezebels, that's always gonna be a downfall. Always. If that's your energy, if that's what you're going after, that's gonna be a downfall.
I'm telling you, dog. Bitches will fuck your whole shit up.
Let me catch y'all up on the chaos that erupted at the Diddy trial, but it wasn't inside the courtroom. It was chaos that erupted outside the courtroom. This entire situation, the super messy, kicked off when a reporter at the Diddy trial called Secret Service Sam, when he reported that Diddy long-term bodyguard Gene Deal knocked out another reporter who's at the Diddy trial.
Patriots, Secret Service Sam here, just stepping out of the court building for a moment. We had a 10-minute recess. Here is something that not a lot of people are talking about. Gene Deal was here at the court building. I interviewed him in the elevator, and then shortly after that, he got into an altercation with a YouTuber, a friend of mine now who I know, called D-Not. D-Not was harassing him the day before, calling him all these names, calling him Uncle Phil. There's a video you can see, and apparently he punched out and knocked out D-Not yesterday to the point where they told Gene Deal not to come back for a few days. No arrests were made or anything, but like, I don't know. And I just saw D-Not a little bit ago trying to get into the main courtroom. And I think he was in the overflow. So I got to go talk to him. Maybe I'll get an interview for you guys, but I just wanted to drop that on you. Gene Deal knocked out YouTuber D-Not, okay? There was an altercation, and like I said, I don't know whose fault it was. No arrests were made, but Gene was asked to take a couple days off from the case. So that's a little drama. I got more coming to you.
This was not a surprise to me specifically, because if you've seen videos of the Diddy trial, it's nothing but chaos outside. It's literal turmoil, bro. It's the wild, wild west. There's one lady who poured ash, put it on her lip so it looks white, got a clown wig on. She comes in nude. Like, and she's outside harassing people. I seen her confirm Myron from Fresh and Fit. So it's the literal wild, wild west out there. So Gene Deal, Diddy bodyguard, knocking somebody out to be isn't really surprising. It's on par and on brand with what I've been seeing since this trial started. But him knocking out D-Not was shocking, because D-Not is not no punk now. D-Not is not a little man. He's slim, but he's a little sturdy. And Denat is somebody who a lot of people know from Clubhouse. There's a couple of audio clips that's gone viral of him and Wack 100 having a discussion. He's from like the trenches or the dark side of Clubhouse or whatever it's called. So he's pretty well known. So for him to get knocked out, a lot of people were shocked. Nobody really questioned the reporting, to be honest, because Denat and Gene Deal had a couple of run-ins that I thought would have led to violence or a physical altercation. Denat was essentially trolling Gene Deal because he interviewed somebody on his YouTube channel that levied their own allegations against Gene Deal. So Denat's whole perspective is, how is Gene Deal calling out Diddy in these interviews and coming to this Diddy trial to call out Diddy, but he has his own allegations?
Gene, if you've seen all of that and was at puppy parties,
Don't play with me, bro.
And you the same size as Uncle Phil, and you the same size as Professor Ogilvy, and you the same size as Lucien Griez, Clive Davis. Okay. Why you want us to believe that you weren't at them parties participating in that behavior, Gene? We heard everything you got to say on the line, Gene. Gene, are you a victim of Diddy? Guy that said in 2004, you was at a party with P. Diddy and you held him down with 2 minor kids. I did an interview with him on my YouTube last night. What do you have to say about that, Gene? What about Ryan Pittman? What about what you did to Ryan Pittman? What about Ryan Pittman, Gene Deal? I interviewed him last night. He said you was at a puppy party. You gave him E-pills and he held 2 minors down as well as him, Gene. I interviewed him on my YouTube last night, Gene. He filed a lawsuit, right?
When you get inside.
Right.
You coming back in, right? I'll see you when you get inside.
You coming back out?
Diddy ain't do it. Diddy ain't do it. That's what you
I got a lot of love for the independent journalists who are outside in New York at this Diddy trial, boots on the ground, getting information, educating the public. But I do believe there's a way to do this. And if maybe Denat would have confronted him once, asked the questions, recorded it, and then, just kind of let it go. But from people that was there, including a lady who confronted Denat, she would claim that Denat was harassing Gene Deal even inside the building. That Denat didn't just stop with the harassment outside the building. And to me, that's not cool, right? To me, it's like, at some point, it's harassment, bro. At some point, you are going too far if you continue to follow this dude, camera in his face, asking him questions, and he's making it perfectly clear, bro, he has no interest in engaging with you. To me, that's wrong.
What did I do?
What did you do to him first inside the courtroom?
Lady.
What did you do to Mr. Gene Deal inside the courtroom right before my eyes? And why did I have to get in your face like this and tell you to step back from me? Why did I have to stand in front of Mr. Deal behind me and tell you to back up off of him?
Because it was 2 men handling the business.
And then what happened? But what happened?
That's for me to know.
But what did you do? So why are you not telling the truth? My name is Candor. I'm transparent. I'm true. Candor. But you didn't have the same energy with him when he came outside either.
When he came outside, he left.
Man, get out of here.
He left. Yo, what are you talking about?
Denat's a good dude, man. And I know Denat heart probably is in the right place. He did the interview with a guy who's claiming that Gene Deal held him down and helped Diddy take advantage of him. So Denat is probably thinking Gene Deal is a monster. I'm speaking up for a victim. His heart is in a good place, yo. But especially in this business, man, one interview, bro, can't be enough for you to completely take somebody's word and in your mind convict somebody before they've even had their just due in court. So you treating like Gene Deal as if he's this predator, this creep that's already been convicted is crazy, right? This man shouldn't be, being stalked and harassed, man. Now, Gene Deal and Denat had a heated exchange outside where Gene Deal told Denat, hey, bro, you run up on me again, I'm gonna knock you out.
I'm not the type of dude that you can come up on like
Bro, listen. We out here.
What kind of content?
You're not gonna tell me what to do.
You can't come up on me.
Bro, listen.
If you come up on me, I'm gonna knock you out.
That's what I say. That's what I say. No, bro. I said I'm a bitch. You gonna misgender me now? Now it's anti-Asian because I'm Asian. So now you harassing me. I am protected by anti-Asian hate.
Go down the road with that.
All of this played out on TikTok for everybody to see. And it felt like the Knot was overstepping his boundaries. So when people heard the white man, Secret Service Sam, when he reported that the Knot got knocked out, people were celebrating. It was a holiday. It felt like, yes, a troll got knocked out. It felt like somebody who was looking for problems found the problems that they were looking for. And people were very happy about this news. However, the Knot had a very big issue with the reporting, because the reporting was, after this particular warning that Gene Deal gave the Knot, the following day, the Knot came back, harassed Gene Deal, and Gene Deal knocked him out. However, the Knot will say that's not true at all. And they're getting millions of views that he got knocked out. But the Knot took a big problem with that. And when he came back, he actually confronted Secret Service Sam.
Where's this white man at? Hey, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. So what happened?
What you want to tell me? What
I'm not
happened?
the one who started the rumor. People
Who
told me.
started the rumor?
I don't remember who it was.
But you got a platform with
I
how many
know.
millions of people?
Not millions. I got a 500,000
You
followers.
got a 500,000
They told
followers.
me that you got into an altercation.
But you
That
see
was
me.
it. I know. I didn't
But
see
you
you. I was trying to
literally,
ask you.
1 second, you literally went live and said I was harassing Gene,
No,
right?
I didn't go live.
You
my live is
uploaded a
banned.
video
I
and
uploaded
said
it.
that I was
Yes,
harassing Gene.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did,
No, I didn't.
verbatim.
I thought the first thing out of his mouth would be, yo, why did you report I was knocked out? But he actually confronted Secret Service Sam for reporting that he harassed Gene Deal. And to me, that's undisputable, right? Like, that's not even something that's disputable. We watched it. We watched the Knot harass Gene Deal. We watched the Knot put the camera in Gene Deal's face and scream certain things at him. So I don't feel like that was in dispute. And I'm not even sure why Secret Service Sam was trying to work his way around that. He should probably say, yeah, I reported it because we watched it. It was on camera. Everybody's seen it. Now, Secret Service Sam, he appears to be super non-confrontational, because even when the Knot confronted him, he's like stammering. He sounded like Flacco a little bit. So then the Knot started asking him about the knockout rumors. And
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for $160,000. If you're looking.
And then the Knot started calling him a culture vulture.
Why did you make all of these people believe that I got beat up and I got drugged and knocked out? You heard it, but I'm here. You could have asked me. You didn't ask me. You created that for clout, clicks, and views. The same way you said that Jay-Z and Diddy came to your house for clout, clicks, and views because you stay in black people business. Diddy don't want to. Why is you here?
Hold on. You're saying.
And you broke because you live over in New Jersey. To be over here on TikTok. Why is you creating rumors about black people though? Why is you in black people business? Black people took that, shared it on the blog.
The video is
black
on
people
my-
took it, shared it on the blog, and everybody had a field day with your lies last night.
Listen to me. The video of Rock Nation investigators who came to my house.
We know you lied. I believe you lied, and I do believe you got you a package. You got you a promotional marketing package on TikTok to become somebody, and now you here wishing Diddy would smell your pussy. That's what I get.
I wish Diddy would smell my pussy.
Yeah, that's what that's what it's giving. Because you was a problematic little short white man spreading lies around with them baby
You
gats.
started our.
Look at your shoes.
You started our whole.
Look at them with them public defender shoes. And I told you, if you played with me, you was gonna get drugged for filth. And this is the start. You gonna get drugged every day. And I want to see you red like a lobster for playing with me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I don't think Secret Service Sam is a culture vulture for reporting on criminal cases. All right, I feel like that's a hard line we gotta draw, because culture vulture in hip hop, we could probably have that conversation. Culture vulture for reporting on criminal cases, that's kind of crazy. However, I do agree with the Knot. Okay, if you didn't see me get knocked out, if there's no video of me getting knocked out, if there's no credible report of me getting knocked out, if you just heard I got knocked out from one person, don't report it. That's thirsty. You moving thirsty at that point, bro. So the Knot to me is 100% justified to be upset, because once you have 500,000 followers and you post I was knocked out and you come across as an authority of what's going on at the Diddy trial, now I'm getting calls. Now people attacking me. Now people making fun of me. Now the haters is rejoicing on Clubhouse. So the Knot is 100% justified to be upset. But I don't feel like he can dispute that he was harassing Gene Deal from what we saw. Maybe Denai has another story that we didn't see, and I would be happy to hear from him. But from what we saw, it looked like harassment. Now, Secret Service saying will go back to his TikTok, and he will actually reveal the source and the person who told him that Denai got knocked out.
Patriots, this is Secret Service, Sam. So now I will let all of you know the controversy here between Gene Deal, Denat, and now myself. Now, first off, I would like to say I did report that Denat got knocked out by Gene Deal. I did not have that factually checked, so I apologize about that for the misreporting. But that said, let's go and tell from Charlie, who wrote to me, and this is his account of what happened as an eyewitness. Tisa Tells was sitting on the steps in front of the court on live giving her recap. By the way, Tisa Tells is amazing. She's here on TikTok, YouTube. She is the sweetest, most beautiful, most intelligent, just a monarch butterfly in a